of the other stories that are about to drop regarding Donald Trump and his connections with Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. And as I've said before, Ghislaine Maxwell has been given a golden ticket.
What if one letter could bring down a former president? Enter the Wall Street Journal bombshell, a letter from Trump to Epstein featuring a naked girl drawing and the cryptic line, "Our enigmas never age." Who leaked it? Why now? And what secrets is Ghislaine Maxwell ready to unleash next? Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video.
You go back to what at this point, 2 weeks ago, where the Justice Department comes out with that unsigned memo from the FBI and the DOJ, which says there is no Epstein list. We're shutting down all investigations, case closed. Where we're hearing that this is just the tip of the iceberg, the Wall Street Journal story, are from some of the reporters who know the most about Jeffrey Epstein, like Julie K. Brown, who's written some of the definitive articles for the Miami Herald about Jeffrey Epstein, right? Then you go to last weekend and Donald Trump says, well, actually, it's all one big hoax. The list exists. The Epstein files exist. It's one gigantic hoax that's taking place, created by Democrats, created by James Comey, Trump's.
What kind of birthday gift could bring down a former president? Spoiler alert, it's bizarre, it's creepy, and it involves a naked drawing. Yeah, you heard that right. A naked drawing paired with a cryptic message from Donald Trump to Jeffrey Epstein for his 50th birthday. If this sounds like a headline ripped straight from a political satire, don't worry, you're not alone. But thanks to the Wall Street Journal leak, this strange little tidbit is very real, and it's got people asking, what else is lurking in the shadows? So, here's the setup. According to the leaked report, Trump allegedly sent this letter to Epstein as a gift. The letter features a provocative drawing of a naked woman, a detail sketchy enough on its own, but then it snarls right into weird territory with Trump's handwritten note. The words, "Our enigmas never age." No context, no explanation. Just 5 words that have managed to flip a political storm into a full-on media frenzy. Was it some kind of inside joke, a cryptic threat, or just Trump being Trump with his usual combo of bizarre antics and questionable decisions? One thing's clear, this letter, no matter how you slice it, screams secrecy. The timing of this leak is even more curious. Ghislaine Maxwell's legal team is reportedly behind this reveal. That's right, they've allegedly compiled a so-called dirt folder on high-profile figures, and this isn't just any folder. Think of it as her ultimate ace in the hole, her way of taking strategizing behind bars to an entirely new level. And of all the alleged documents, photos, and whatever else Maxwell supposedly has in her arsenal, this is what her team chose to release first. That alone raises eyebrows. Why lead with this letter? Is it just a warm-up for the real bombshells? A warning shot targeted right at Trump's oversized ego? Here's what makes their choice of outlet so interesting. Out of all the places her team could have leaked this story, they went with the Wall Street Journal, an outlet connected to Rupert Murdoch, whose media empire works like a megaphone for Trump world. It's like an ironic slap in Trump's face, using a source he might consider friendly. The choice wasn't random. It was calculated. Maxwell's team wanted this story to ripple directly into the Trump conversation, where his critics and defenders alike couldn't ignore it. A leak of this caliber is about maximizing damage. And that's exactly what it's doing. Just imagine it. Trump's alleged sloppy scrawl, the questionable doodle, and that phrase, "Our enigmas never age," hanging out there in public. No spin doctor's able to put a pretty face on it. It paints a mental picture that you can't unsee, right? You can practically feel the awkwardness oozing off the page. Maxwell's team clearly knows how to exploit the sheer absurdity of this situation. They're not telling us everything, far from it. But what they are showing us? It's enough to leave people wondering what else could be sitting in that folder. Because let's be real, if this is their opening move, what's coming next? A letter like this is unusual enough. But what if Maxwell has something far worse? A flight log Trump doesn't want anyone to see? Correspondence that links him to Epstein's disturbing operation? Heck, even an old voicemail. Maxwell's strategy here is simple: shock early, raise the stakes, and force Trump's hand. Each drop, even one as weird as this, is part of a bigger chess game. And that's where the stakes start to get clearer. Maxwell isn't flinging dirt for fun. She's playing the long game. By targeting Trump directly with a leak like this, she's putting public pressure on him to cooperate. It's not about the birthday letter itself. It's about creating a sense of impending doom. A letter like this sets the tone that there's more to come, and whatever's hiding in her arsenal could be even more damaging. Trump, of course, is doubling down on his classic tactic of denial. His team is calling the leaks fake news, just another desperate scheme to frame him. But Maxwell doesn't need him to admit the truth. Not yet, anyway. What she's banking on is the public spectacle. The more Trump gets frustrated, the more his erratic responses keep this story alive, the less he's able to control the narrative. That's exactly what she's counting on. A crack in his carefully polished rhetoric. And the craziest part? This is only chapter 1. Maxwell's move isn't random. It's a pointed effort to remind Trump how deep her secrets run. For her, these leaks aren't just a play to stay relevant. She's forcing Trump into a corner where the only way out might be full cooperation or complete chaos. So where does this leave us? Maxwell's dirt folder seems more like a ticking time bomb than just a regular blackmail tool. And if a single creepy birthday letter already has this much fallout, you have to wonder, what else is she willing to put out there if Trump doesn't play along? In chess, they call this a fork, the move where you trap your opponent into making a bad choice, no matter which way they go. And it seems Maxwell's determined to push Trump right into one, behind bars, but still calling the shots. How is Ghislaine Maxwell outmaneuvering Trump, and what's her ultimate play? From a tiny prison cell, Maxwell is turning the screws on one of the most powerful men in the world. This isn't just survival mode, it's strategy 101. With every move Trump makes, Maxwell seems to have already planned the next 3. She's not just trying to escape her own fate, she's dragging Trump deeper into the mess every step of the way. Let's start with Trump's latest maneuvers to keep a lid on things. After years of distancing himself from Epstein and Maxwell, Trump is now dismissing anything related to the Epstein files as a hoax. But calling something a hoax is basically Trump's one-size-fits-all response to bad press at this point. And Maxwell, being the opportunist she is, saw the opening in that. She's now using those very claims to argue that her conviction was politically motivated. In other words, Trump's denial is just more ammo for her legal team. They're now pushing for a retrial, saying the case was tainted by Trump's influence, which raises the stakes for him tenfold. Not exactly the outcome he had in mind, right? Oh, and the drama doesn't stop there. You might remember how Trump made headlines by firing Jeffrey Berman, the federal prosecutor who oversaw parts of the Epstein and Maxwell cases. At the time, it looked shady, and now it looks desperate. Maxwell's camp is spinning this as another major example of Trump interfering to steer the narrative. If anything, this act has amplified her argument that her trial wasn't about justice, but about political maneuvering. Instead of putting distance between himself and the Epstein fiasco, Trump just keeps anchoring himself deeper into it. Now here's where it gets wild. That Wall Street Journal leak, it hit right after Trump doubled down on his claims that the Epstein fiasco was all lies. The timing isn't a coincidence. Maxwell's team dropped that creepy birthday letter into the public sphere the moment Trump started shouting, "Fake news!" And when Maxwell plays her hand this carefully, you can't help but wonder if she's playing chess while Trump, frankly, is stuck on checkers. She lets him rage on TV, feeds the media something bizarre like a naked drawing, and sits back while the spectacle keeps her name on the front page. Classic misdirection. But Maxwell isn't doing this alone. Her supporters, a mix of family members and some shady allies, are loudly advocating for her to get a retrial or even a pardon. Publicly, they're framing her as a victim of a corrupt system, hoping to sway not just the courts but Trump himself. Behind closed doors, though, you know they're zeroing in on what they can dangle in front of Trump to push their agenda. These aren't amateurs. Her father was Robert Maxwell, a man known for his devious maneuvers. Ghislaine learned from the best, and she's proving she still knows how to use people's vulnerabilities as leverage. This dynamic is creating an impossible situation for Trump. Either he cooperates, which could mean anything from staying silent to considering a pardon, or he risks Maxwell unleashing even more damaging secrets. She's practically got him in a stranglehold, and as hard as he tries to wriggle free, she tightens her grip. It's like watching a reality show where the villain is winning, and Trump, well, he's sweating right through his spray tan. Now the real kicker might still be coming. There's speculation Maxwell could push things even further by throwing herself into Trump's lawsuit against Rupert Murdoch. Trump is suing Murdoch over defamation, but what if Maxwell offers herself as a witness? Just picture the chaos that could unleash. A woman with a folder full of dirt on high-powered elites testifying under oath. It's a potential media circus waiting to happen. And let's not forget, Maxwell's legal strategy would thrive on associating herself with Trump's legal hurdles. Helping Trump in Murdoch's case could position her to bargain for a reduced sentence, or at least give her another headline-grabbing card to play. None of this happens in a vacuum. Maxwell's careful manipulation has been building momentum, and Trump keeps fumbling the ball. He denies the Epstein connection, then panics and fires prosecutors, then pretends the leaked letter is fake news. Each decision gives Maxwell's camp more ammunition. Even reopening proceedings in the Southern District of New York, a move that was supposed to put him back in control, has been hijacked by Maxwell's demand for a retrial. Every time Trump goes left, Maxwell preempts it by going right. So, where does that leave things? Maxwell has managed to transform herself from a prisoner into a power player, wielding secrets like weapons. Trump, who's used to writing the playbook, now finds himself stuck playing defense. Maxwell's cards are still close to her chest, but what she's shown us so far? Yeah, that's enough to keep Trump and the rest of us wondering what her next move will be. If Maxwell holds all the cards, what's Trump's next move? Or is the game already over? Maxwell's actions are proof that Trump's past might finally be cornering him. From cryptic leaks to her push for a retrial, she's running the kind of strategy that makes the Apprentice boardroom look like a nursery rhyme. And Trump? He's spinning. Denials, distraction, even blaming the system. It's all backfiring. Maxwell's team, her allies, and even her dirt folder are working like a ticking clock Trump can't stop. If she can orchestrate this from a prison cell, who knows what else she's holding back? One thing's certain, this saga isn't over. Stay tuned, because this drama just warming up.